But I think that was long enough ago that at least by like raw numbers, Bezos' wife is richer, right?
Yeah.
I thought she got a fuck ton.
I mean,
now she does like tons of like philanthropy and shit.
Well, that's good.
The richest woman apparently is a Walton from Walmart. She inherited it.
Wow.
Well, that's also hard to tell because they exclude like certain like financial families from that, and so like there's no way to know. They just pick in those lists. They just have like business, like traditional business style lists. So like we don't know. Like I bet there's probably like a Rothschild lady that's worth way more than that.
Well, I have a friend of a friend of mine. He works on this guy's race cars. The guy that he works with, I mean, their family is worth, and I'm not going to say the country or what they do, but like, according to him, there's a lot of families that like pay a lot of money to not be on the like richest people in the world list.
Yeah. The Rothschilds,
those kind of families. Yeah. I mean, people who are worth like $1 trillion or more and are like, you know, loaning money to countries and like shaping world history kind of family money that like we don't even hear about. And I have another friend I know through Cannonball who's like, he's like one of the like, you know, the 1%. And, you know, talking to him and he was like, man, there's like a 1% of the 1% of us. Like there's the 1,000th% people out there that have more money than literally everybody else underneath it. And like, they're so big, you don't even know their names. Like there's just a whole other world up here that you people don't even know exists. And which is just crazy. I mean, I can think of a ton of dumb things I could buy if I had a bunch of money, but maybe I just lack scope. But like when you're in the kind of money where you're influencing foreign policy and wars and like, that's some like, you know, galactic level shaping with that kind of money that
we missed the boat. The real opportunity was banking in the 1400s. We should have really jumped on that. We should have got in there with who was the initial one? The Habsburgs, one of them. Yeah, I blame myself too. Or wait, were the Habsburgs a royal family or a banking family? I think they were a royal family.
Royal family. They had the Habsburg jaw where they were like all the family was interbreeding so much.
All over Europe.
They looked they looked like feet by the end. I just know that one picture of who I'm you know, it's almost unfair. Like, I bet the Habsburgs looked pretty normal until it got beyond the pale with that one guy. And then they were like, this shit's out of control. Look how ugly this motherfucker is.
I think when they did that guy's autopsy, they found that his testicle was like black and calcified and he only had one of them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd been dead for a long time.
No, he'd been dead for like 5 minutes.
Some slack.
Yeah. There was
his whole life. It had been black and calcified. Hence no heirs.
Yeah, really hard nut.
Yeah, I've been watching like an like hidden history like YouTube channel, and I can't remember which king and queen or even what country, but
those are the kind of channels I go to for facts. And
yeah, why not? Why not? They're like, you know, they're internet historians. Yeah, like where else am I going to learn? Like what I've got to have an old dusty book for it to be real. They were talking about I think the king was saying that I wish I could remember like the medieval speak for it, but he was like, her smell is offensive to my nose. I cannot share the bedchambers with the queen. like literally she had vaginosis so bad he couldn't stand the stink.
Lincoln said something like that. Didn't he turn down his first fiance because she was too old and smelled old?
I bet for someone of his time to find that someone's odor was just too much, like that's saying something.
It had to have been complete mayhem down there for Lincoln to come in from like wrestling with a constituent all sweaty and being like, I say, Mary, your pussy is not as fragrant as one would desire.
And there was that story about Napoleon as well, kind of the opposite side of the coin, where he wrote back home to his wife and said, I'll be back in like 2 weeks. Don't wash.
Yeah, dude, that guy was an absolute savage.
Well, speaking of French people, like per your point, like, you know, you hear that sort of stereotype, you know, Pepe Le Pew, you know, like French people are the greatest lovers, that type of thing. And the theory I heard once was that because culturally it is less common to use deodorant, to bathe as often, that like all those like natural scents, once people get used to them, create a more powerful connection on like a pheromone level. So that like all these French people and mimes and berets and all these kind of folks that are like getting it on over there, it's like way more intense for them because they get all.
We have that too, though. We just replaced it with colognes and perfumes and body washes and deodorant. Like, I have a smell, but it's like sandalwood and vanilla. Like, you know what I mean? It's not BO. So like, I feel like it does the same thing because like when I smell my girlfriend's perfume, I'm like, oh, that's her. Like, I know what she smells like. She smells like the exact combination of like fucking products she uses.
And how much of
like
that
Cool Breeze and Head and Shoulders?
Nothing wrong with Cool Breeze.
I don't know
a big old bottle of Suave 10-in-1. Yeah.
10-in-1. It's a degreaser.
No, it's polished floors.
I brushed my teeth with it.
I clean my grill with Suave 10-in-1. You got to stop.
No, there was this. I was on this TV show with some younger people and like 20 somethings. I'm 52. And somehow it came up at lunch one day, like how old everybody was. And they're like, 24. And I don't know, I guess maybe with a nose ring, I'm like hanging on to youth a little bit. I guess to them, they thought somebody who was 52 probably looked like the Crypt Keeper or something. So anyway, they were surprised that I was in my 50s. And they were like, what's your skincare regimen? And I was like, I'll let dandruff shampoo run over my face. Like, that's it. But like younger people now, man, they are so like guys, like they are so much more into like moisturizers and scented this and like that sort of self-care, where again, I'm a Gen X grubby dude. I mean, I'm like, covered in grease and dirt and all that. Like, it never crossed my mind, but the amount of like cologne and soap and self-care and moisturizer and lotion and eye tightener and like all
We've got
stuff.
An Arab friend. We got an Arab friend, and he's super into cologne. I have 2 bottles of cologne in my house. One of them was $80 and one of them was $100.
It's so stereotypical.
They last for years for me. When I buy a bottle of cologne, it's like, this is what I'm going to smell like for the next 3 to 4 years. Like this, I'm locked in. This guy I bet he has a dozen, 15 maybe different scents. And he was like, oh, the one I like now is the Noir 6730. And we're like, how much does that cost? He's like, $500 a bottle, but it's a good sized bottle. It's 200 milliliters. And it's, what the fuck are you doing? It's such an Arab thing. He spent all that money on these ridiculous handcrafted.
Well, I couldn't afford the more expensive one because my rug budget's gotten out of control.
I read something one time. I think it was Saudi Arabia. It was like the amount of cologne like per person or per capita they go through was like huge. But I mean, it's hot. Like, I guess people that's just your culture to olfactory identity. I guess that's your thing. And I mean, I've had the same bottle of cologne since the 90s. It's probably gone bad because I haven't put it on in 10 years. Like, I'm just not a cologne kind of dude. But like, yeah, I mean, like a lot of places, like some of the countries I've been to, that's just sort of how people, water's expensive, having showers is expensive. So like, throw some cologne on, that's sort of your shower for the day. And that's just, people do it to adapt. People do it. Like, I know back in the, I guess pre-plumbing era, ladies would carry like a handkerchief that was covered in perfume to put over their nose when they're walking past all the horse poop and the open sewers and stuff. Like,
the plague
I don't have much
from the 1300s. The nose of those masks was filled with like what we now see as like potpourri.
Yeah.
Like, so that
they what women would call?
Well, if I can't smell disgusting dead people, maybe I'm safer.
You know what it was called? Those little bouquets of flowers that women would carry around so that their stink didn't overwhelm people.
No.
A nosegay.
A nosegay.
Yeah.
So they knew they stank that bad and still went out?
I think that, especially in like Victorian times, it wasn't common to bathe at all. Like, you might do it every few weeks kind of thing. I think maybe it was Queen Victoria herself they thought it was odd that she bathed once a week or once every 2 weeks or something. And they were like, well, look at her. What's she nose in the air over here? Think of these bi-monthly baths.
A lot of this stuff I feel like is like we've uncritically internalized propaganda from warring nations for centuries. We're like, a lot of that, the French people are disgusting and degenerate and this and that.
Seen them
like, we learned that from the British who were at war with them. A lot of that, Queen Victoria wouldn't bathe. She was a disgusting old stinky whore. The French were promulgating that.
Catherine the Great.
Well, no, see, it's the opposite. It's that she was bathing twice a month, and that was too much. They thought it was odd she bathed so much because bathing in general was an odd thing to do. Like,
I think Yeah, it was like they believed like
No,
something like if you were washing away your body's defenses against illness or something. Like I guess you had like a dirt layer.
I think this is one of those much more Hollywood things than it was a real thing.
I don't think so.
Victorian Britain, the working class bathed weekly, and the middle and upper classes would be 2 to 3 times a week.
But Queen Victoria in particular is the kind of the
oh, okay.
Yeah, but she was also fat and gross. You forgot.
No, she wasn't. She was hot and like a whore master. Like she was the one who didn't marry and was fucking like Sir Walter Raleigh or whatever.
Oh, I guess I've just seen pictures of her when she was old, and that's what I'm referencing. She was
fucking Galadriel plays her in the movie. Kate Blanchett.
Oh well, then Queen Victoria is being given a huge boost to what she actually looked like.
It says she bathed once a week, more often if it was hot. But she daily washed her face, hands, and other areas.
Weirdo. All right, well, come on now.
Yeah, but she was like, she was probably in her 40s in that photo,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Man.
Wow. Kyle, you getting turgid over there?
Wow. No, body built for porn, face built for radio.
Oh my goodness. Looks like one of those Harry Potter goblins.
At least she took care of herself.
Like,
okay, well, that's a little better, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the painting, but that photo, man, like she wasn't the ugliest woman in England, but she better hope she didn't die.
She's 50 or 60 there, like dude, 50 or 60 in that.
She looks good in a painting. Dude, I have an 8-pack in paintings.
Oh, yeah. Dude, in a painting, I'm fantastic.
In paintings, I look like anything I want.
Stop showing her when she's old.
Painting, she looks like John Candy. Like paintings, paintings back then were like Instagram filters.
Right?
I like me.
I like me.
My wife likes me.
Yeah, I'm the Queen of England. Some people don't like it, but I like me. Some people say I'm a fat retard.
That
was probably the
brutal
beauty
back
standard
then.
at the time.
Like supposedly all those rumors about Catherine the Great having sex with horses was spread by like Prussians, like whoever the adversaries of the Russians were at the time. But like, all these things, like I think like Napoleon, like wasn't actually that short. Like everybody just put all these, like you said, these propaganda campaigns against monarchs that just have lasted
5'8", 5'7", 5'8", something like that, like Tom Cruise height. And
a big historical thing
taller for his time.
That is a problem that people don't talk about enough is like, you can't have a Prussia and a Russia right next to each other. That's retarded. Sure. That's absurd. Mm-hmm. That's absurd.
Also, Saudi Arabia, it needs to be the whole fucking horse hoof or whatever. That Yemen and Oman or United Arab Emirates,
Yemen and Oman, get out of here.
Get out of here. That's just Saudi Arabia to me.
It's all Saudi Arabia to me.
Mm-hmm.